Hi, everyone. Welcome to Selected's webinar, Conquer the edTPA. My name is Liz Wellingham, and I'm the content manager here at Selected. In a minute, I'm going to introduce Michelle Lewis-Mondesir, who is going to guide us through some best practices for going about the edTPA. This is our agenda. This is what we're going to be covering tonight. And the entire webinar from start to finish should be 60 minutes. Okay, so just a quick introduction of who we are. I am Liz Willingham. Like I said, I'm the content manager here at Selected. Prior to this, I was an instructional coach, a teacher, and a recruiter in New York City public schools for over 10 years. And Michelle has also over 10 years in education. She was a social studies educator, and network instructional coach, and a leadership coach. And she is the founder and CEO of Learn Coaching and Consulting. It started in 2017, and she helps clients basically across the country to successfully pass the edTPA, which is why you're here, right? So we're super excited to have her. We have a very high demand for edTPA, a lot of questions about it. I know that you're over there probably really stressing you out, and I hope by the end of this webinar you feel a lot more secure about going through with the edTPA. I know it is quite the process. So again, during this webinar, the best form of communication is going to be through the chat feature. You'll see at on the bar on the bottom of your screen, I believe it actually just says chat. Just type in your questions and your responses. And finally, at the end of this webinar, either tonight or tomorrow, we are going to be sending you these slides so you don't have to go crazy copying everything down. We're going to send you this exact presentation along with some other resources to help you with the edTPA. Okay? So a little bit before we even start, just a little bit about Selected and who we are. If you are joining us wondering who Selected is, some of you might actually already have profiles with us. But it's a free online matching platform for teachers that are looking for schools. It works sort of like a dating app. You create a profile, it takes about 10 minutes, and you just fill out some basic information. You answer a series of questions about yourself as an educator and your preferences and what you're looking for in a school. And then you get matched with schools based on those preferences. I'm having some headphone issues. I'm very sorry. Be patient with me. So yeah, so you're matched with schools based on those preferences. On average, in the first weeks, teachers get matched with 5 schools, which is obviously very exciting, especially considering that these are schools that are a just right fit for you. In addition to all of this, you also get a coach that will help you through the interview process, the demo, anything that you could need related to hiring or anything else for that matter, teaching related. This is what the platform looks like. So this teacher, if they're logging on, they're seeing that they're matched with 4 schools. They can hit either pass or connect. They can also click on any of the schools to learn some more information about them. Again, the platform is always free for teachers. There are also a number of other resources that we offer, which I'll explain more at the end of the webinar. That's a little bit about Selected and who we are. Moving on. So if you have any questions about Selected, you can either email me or you can go to our website at getselected.com. Okay, so before we get started, we want to know, on a scale from 1 to 5, how stressed are you about the edTPA? With 1 being super calm, cool, collected. You probably wouldn't be here if you were a 1, but let's just say you were. On a scale from 1 to 5, and 5 being absolutely freaking out, have no idea what to do. How stressed out are you?
Hi, everyone. So as Liz stated, my name is Michelle Lewis-Mondesir, and I am the CEO of Learn Coaching and Consulting. And today what I'm going to do is help you feel a little bit less stressed, because based on the feedback, a lot of you are somewhere hovering between a 5 and a 7, which is off the scale, but that's okay, because hopefully by the end of this, you feel a little bit more confident, and then we can talk about some next steps of how Learn Coaching and Consulting can support you. All right, so I wanted to start just giving some general advice, because I know that the edTPA is something that is really overwhelming, and depending on the subject that you are completing your portfolio with for, you may feel like you don't have a lot of direction. And so the first thing that I like to share in terms of advice with my clients is to definitely follow the order of the task in order. I think it's really important for you to remember and to keep in mind that the reason why there are 3 tasks, and for some of you there are 4, is because task 1 focuses on you and all the thoughts that are in your head before you actually plan. So it's really important for you to have your lesson plan and task 1 done before you move into task 2 or task 3. If you don't do that, then you will end up feeling very overwhelmed and confused once you start completing your commentaries and you realize that there were pieces that you forgot to do in the beginning, and then you have to like double back and do some of the work over. The second thing that I would say is really important is for you to think about managing your time wisely. It is really, really easy to get overwhelmed with the edTPA and for you to feel as if you are never ready to submit. So it's really important for you to set some very realistic deadlines and time expectations on when are you going to complete your first draft of your task, how long you want to spend on your task, and really set a specific date based on the submission guidelines on when you actually want to hit submit. The other thing I would say, and I tell all of my clients this, if the submission day is a Thursday, you want to at least give yourself 2 days before as your goal for submission, just because what I've found is that there are many glitches in the system, especially that last 30 minutes before the deadline where many people are trying to submit at one time. So you do not want to wait until 11:30 to submit for 11:59 deadline.